Oh, Canada. For years, we've had an interesting relationship with the US and the world. If Earth was a high school, Canada's the nerdy kid that no one takes seriously, but also never really beats up because, besides being kind of friends with the captain of the football team, we're the kind of non-threatening dork that people would just feel bad about beating up. You know, the one whose parents don't really care about him anymore and also doesn't really overachieve. But then, one day shit starts happening at home, the US gets a bit angrier and has to take it out on someone, and guess who's just next door? Next thing you know, the US is accusing Canada of looking at his girlfriend the wrong way, and shit breaks down. So this week, Donald Trump wrote an odd tweet about Canada making business for dairy farmers in Wisconsin and other border states very difficult, and how the US will not stand for this. Watch! An article I read suggests that the meaning behind this is because Canada has high tariffs on imported milk, and is doing everything it can to keep Canadian dairy products sold in Canada. Which, funny enough, is exactly the type of thing Trump would like were roles reversed. But he wants his cheesecake and to eat it too. He wants products to be made in America instead of elsewhere, and he also wants America to sell its products to everyone else. But this video isn't about fucking milk, and besides, Americans should know. You want to sell milk here? You gotta put it in a fucking bag. No, this is about something else. Canada has decided that given the options of shitting or getting off the pot when it comes to the subject of net neutrality, we're white-knuckling the seat and squeezing one out. Canada's notoriously strict CRTC, our version of the FCC, but with way more rules, like how our TV and radio stations must play a certain amount of CanCon, ensuring that Rick Mercer will always have a career, made a major ruling that has pissed off our southern neighbors. A Quebec company named Videotron has this great mobile package. For $65 a month, you get 3 gigs of data. However, if you want to stream music from a handful of sites like Spotify, Apple Music, or Google Play, you can stream as much as you want, and it won't count toward your data. If you wanted to use, say, YouTube, though, too bad. That'll eat up your data and eventually cost you if you go over. It's a practice known as zero rating, giving preferential treatment to specific sites, which, you can understand how shitty that could be. With that, what's to stop, for example, Verizon from taking a payoff from, say, Hulu or Amazon, and saying, you can now stream from these sites with no data penalty, but if you want to use Netflix, oh boy are you gonna pay. And if you don't like it, suck our snatches. And so, the CRTC was like, listen bud, you can't be fucking doing that shit. You're gonna have to knock it off, eh? Or more officially, they said, a free and open internet gives everyone a fair chance to innovate, and for a vast array of content to be discovered by consumers. Rather than offering its subscribers selected content at different data usage prices, internet service providers should be offering more data at lower prices. That way, subscribers can choose for themselves what content they want to consume. So again, they said they can't be fucking doing that. Well, this did not sit well with the US, as we incurred the Twitter wrath of another Trump crony, Rosalyn Layton. She's on Trump's committee to advise the new leadership for the FCC, because obviously the way the US works is that instead of having neutral organizations regulating things, the leadership is determined by the ruling party. Why wouldn't it, right? So she tweets this. US, EU, Slovenia, and now Netherlands say zero rating is okay. What gives at CRTC-eng? Sorry, Canada. Now you're in the class with backward India. 1 like and 97 comments is never a good sign, and not surprisingly, they're all Canadians politely telling her to fuck off. And also confusing her for being American when she's actually Danish. She is representing the US on this issue and is on an American committee about it, but she's from Denmark, so to the person that mentioned healthcare, they actually have a similar system to Canada's. In a previous blog post about net neutrality as a whole, Ms. Layton said this. Regulation proponents argue that without such rules, your internet provider would speed up or slow down websites. There have never been rules against this, but internet providers don't do it anyway. Simply put, the business opportunity to deliver an open internet is far greater. Failing that, antitrust laws deter discriminatory behavior, already ensuring net neutrality. So that's fine. Internet companies aren't currently throttling anyone. Even that whole Netflix Comcast thing wasn't technically throttling. Comcast just basically wasn't doing anything to fix the problem because it wasn't in their best interests. So, we're just gonna put our trust in companies not being greedy? Oh, but wait, it's okay, because antitrust laws exist. Antitrust laws that prohibit unfair things, like, say, allowing two companies to enter into a partnership that makes it more attractive to use one product over the internet than another. Which she's for. She says antitrust laws deter discriminatory behavior, but she's all for zero rating. How is it not discriminatory behavior for an internet provider to say, we'll let you use this site for no extra charge, but it'll cost you to use this site? It'd be like Costco saying, hey, when you pay a membership to come in here, Coca-Cola's only $1 a case, but Pepsi? That's 20 a case. She goes on to claim, American internet innovation assured preeminence as Canada restricts zero rating. Sad for their small providers and poor. First off, since Canada's off the board, is the US now the best in the world? I didn't know we were neck and neck heading for number 1. This kind of ignores everywhere else in the world, which, by the way, apparently all have way better internet and mobile networks. Her home country of Denmark beats Canada and the US by a landslide. But how does allowing large companies to partner with other large companies while shutting out other companies, both large and small, help innovation? And how does it help the poor to be charged extra for using sites they want to use rather than the ones they're told they can use for free? Well, I guess in order to understand that, I'll have to go to Denmark and earn a PhD. Plus, it looks really cool in your Twitter name.